Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-February 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Leo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages I receive as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the remainder of February. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, take a look at your crystal of the month, and go through a healing note for you. But again, let's go and get started in column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have a summary or affirmation of card, I will worship. So this means a couple different things, obviously different things for different people, but this could be worshiping for something, praying for something, manifesting for something. I don't want to call it hoping because I know that's not quite right, but there's been something you've been hoping for, praying for, worshiping for, manifesting for these last few weeks or month. Let's go ahead and take a look though and see what clarifiers we have coming through, what messages I can give you in this column. The first card that we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is a stagnant card. Oftentimes, quite literally, you're hanging there by your foot waiting to find out more information. With the Hangman, this is also a card potentially of doing some self-sacrifice. So this thing that you want, we're having to make sacrifices and change and compromise for. So the Hangman can definitely reflect that self-sacrifice as well. And this is also about gaining a different perspective on something. The next card that we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. I always like to see one of these change or a speedy movement card following the Hangman, because again, the Hangman's typically stagnant, not making movement, and then we have the next card, the Eight of Wands, saying yes, we did find out the information we needed, change is coming quickly, things are happening fast now at this point. So I think we're making good progress on whatever this is that we're wanting, that we're hoping for. Again, we're making sacrifices to get there. At the bottom here, we have the Ace of Coins. The Ace of Coins, or Ace of Pentacles, anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. With this card, this is new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. I do think that this is likely money related, like let's say you want to buy a house, so the sacrifice you're making is spending less and saving more. Maybe you didn't buy that pair of shoes that you really wanted, but there's that house that you really want instead. Or saving for a new car. Or this could be a job. Maybe you're taking a tiny bit of a pay cut, but you're working at the company you've always wanted to work at. Okay, let's take a look and see what we have for clarifiers here, Leo. The first card that we have is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card that's always favorable for you. With the Judgment card, this is a card of clarity. Again, this is getting the different perspective, getting the information that you need, getting the movement that you need. Also, this is about making decisions. So again, that's where that self-sacrifice comes in, making the decision to do those sacrifices to help move you forward towards what you want. The next card that we have is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's very proactive. This is like kind of like the Energizer Bunny. This is taking action. This is movement. It pairs nicely with the Eight of Wands. It does seem like things are coming quickly. But it's because you're taking prompt action. You're very active. You're being very proactive right now. And at the bottom here, we have the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of greed, envy, materialism, obsession. I want to talk mostly about kind of the obsession piece, or that kind of hyper-focused energy. there's a lot of almost like concern or worry about getting, or maybe even just focus about getting to where we want to go, but we don't want to overthink it or let it consume all of our time either. It seems like you're taking the appropriate steps. We're making good progress to get there. So just know you don't have to be thinking about it or be worried about it every waking second. It's definitely coming here for you. Okay, let's take a look at our next column now, which is just general what's coming for the remainder of February. We have the card, I feel balanced. I love this. You've probably heard me say this before, Leo, and generally I just feel like we lack balance. So anytime I see a balance card, I'm so excited. And I'm not saying Leos lack balance. I'm saying all of us, some way, somehow, tend to be out of balance all the time. So additional balance is always good. Always so excited to see that. The first card that we have in this column is the Ten of Cups. Also, if you've watched my videos before, I'm sure you've heard me say the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire tarot deck. It's a card of family, it's a card of contentment, total love and support. It's seriously everything wonderful. It's everything you've wanted. It's kind of like that place of pure happiness, that place of pure bliss, the things that we've worked so hard, and then it's kind of like, oh, you've made it. That's the Ten of Cups. Also contentment. I know contentment doesn't sound that good, and when I was younger I was like, why contentment? But as I've gotten older, I realize how hard it is to truly be content. So contentment is really special. So definitely really, really great card going into the end of February. Again, that's being where you want to be. That's the happy place, the place you've been hoping for. The next card that we have is the Six of Coins, or the Six of Pentacles. This is a very generous card. This is a card of giving or receiving help. I'm going to try and clarify this out a little bit more to see, but again, a card of generosity. So either you're helping somebody or how somebody is helping you this month. The next card that we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of bully, theft, violence, some sort of toxic or abusive relationship. I feel like there could have been a not so good relationship that ended, family, friend, loved one. Doesn't necessarily have to be a love interest that's now coming back to offer help or coming to you for help. But let's go ahead and take a look at this a little bit further and see what other messages we have here. First up, we have the Hangman. We just talked about the Hangman. They're actually side by side here in these rows. The Hangman is that card of self-sacrifice. It's the work that you've put in to get yourself to this Ten of Cups place. So just a acknowledgement of the hard work that you've put in to get yourself here, the sacrifices you've made to get here, the waiting that you've been through to get to that point. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of like protecting yourself, self-defense. So I don't know that we are going to help this person that comes through, probably just given the nature of the relationship. So I do think somebody's going to come to you for help, and you need to make sure you protect yourself before anything else here. At the bottom, we have the Chariot card. The Chariot card is a card of action, change. It's about being on a journey. Also, I'm just going to say the Chariot's like a card of cars or vehicles. So like they may be coming to ask to borrow your car or asking if you can sell them a car or something. I don't know why that message is coming through. But again, you need to make sure you take care of yourself first. Like don't lend somebody your car and then you're taking the bus type situation. So just keep that in mind. Okay, in our next one, we're going to talk about anything related to money. I'm going to start with a money tips, tricks, affirmation card. So your message says, your means to receiving money should always be aligned with the highest good of all. Receiving money from low vibrational means that you will keep you in. Let me start over here. Sorry. Your means of receiving money should always be aligned with the highest good of all. Receiving money from low vibrational means you will keep you in that vibration to maintain that stream of income. It shouldn't be that hard, but I'm struggling here. Let me just zoom in so you can read this yourself, since I can't read it to you today, Leo. Okay. Now, in this call, we're going to talk about anything related to money. Job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything that you associate with money. But starting at the top here, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a card of leadership. If you are not in a leadership role, I definitely think you'll be serving in a leadership type role going into the end of February. There's something you really need to take the lead on. The King of Wands is also like coming in strong, saying you need to push forward on this. This is a card of courage. This is a card of pushing forward. So wherever you're at, give that little extra push this month going into the end of the month. The next card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. I like this because I think that you're in a well-supported situation. I think for some you are the support system as you take the lead, but that support is being equally given to you, which is interesting and unique. But definitely leadership. Again, whether you actually have a formal leadership role or not, definitely taking the lead on whatever's happening here. And then at the bottom here we have the Sun card. In terms of good cards in the tarot deck, Leo, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. The Sun card is a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. I love this. So I do think whatever that this final push that we're giving is going to be very, very beneficial very quickly as well. So this is getting to that success, getting to that final ending point, but this is also like happiness and enjoying it. So I'm not going to say you won't be like stressed, because obviously work and money can be stressful, but overall in a really good, happy position as well. Okay, first up we have the Six of Wands for clarifiers. This is another card of success, so that's definitely a message here. Whatever this final effort, this final push is going to be successful. With the Six of Wands, this is victory, award, recognition, good news, success, all wonderful things to think about in terms of career and finance. The next card that we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of trusting your intuition to navigate through. There's going to be times where you probably don't have all the information, so it's really going to be important to trust your gut, especially because you're again in this leadership role. You're the one pushing through, so really trust your intuition, trust your gut if something doesn't feel right, kind of further validate or get more information. And at the bottom here we have the Knight of Swords. You see both the horse and rider moving so quickly here. So this is going to be a quick pace change. This is going to happen fast. So we're going to get that success relatively quickly, definitely before the end of February, it seems. Also quickly approaching that happiness, that joyous outcome, that success. So I like to see that. Okay, in our next column we're going to talk about anything related to love. Similar to the money column, we're going to pull a quick love card. Hopefully I can use my words and actually read you this one. It says, transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love. So family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Leo. The first card we have in this column is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is like kind of like the Energizer Bunny. It's very, very active. It's new project. It's new creative idea. We'll need to clarify this, of course, but you need to take some sort of love action here. Maybe you need to schedule the date night. Maybe you need to get on the dating app. Maybe you need to send the first text, but I feel like this is you taking action. This is you leading yourself forward, kind of specific to whatever your relationship status is or whatever your wants and desires are. The next card we have is the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of collaboration, a card of communication. Again, I feel like you need to lead the communication here. I always remind people are not mind readers. It sure would be nice if they are, but if you want something, then you kind of have to do it. So send that first text, schedule that date night, join that dating app, lead the communication on what you want here, Leo. At the bottom here, we have the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. In this case, I feel like there is clarity. So some new clarity on what you want, new ideas on what you want. So you have to take the action on them because, again, nobody is going to know for you. Let's go ahead and clarify, though, and see what other messages we have coming through here. First, we have the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation. This is a card of abundance. I like this, but again, you have the ability to create whatever you want. You need to take the action to move your love situation in whatever direction you want to take it here, Leo. So this is very fitting. The Empress is also a card of fertility and pregnancy. So if you're hoping to grow your family, this is a really good card for you. We do have all major arcana clarifiers, so I always tell people big messages when that happens. The next card that we have is the Sun card. The Sun card is a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. Again, once you're communicating what you want, you have the ability to create whatever you want here. So I'm not surprised to see this happiness, but I love that for you. When we talk about love, we want to be happy, we want to be successful, we want to have the things that we want. So you taking the lead, you communicating, is going to lead to that happiness that you want. So really push this relationship forward in whatever direction you want it to go, Leo. And at the bottom here, we have the Justice card. The Justice card is like, again, finding out information, finding out truth, knowing kind of what action to take. And that ties really nicely in with the Ace of Swords of getting that clarity. So 2 cards of clarity. So you have all the information you need to proceed forward. Okay, now let's take a look at our 5th and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide, something to carry into the month of February. We have the card, I Will Fight. This is an interesting one. So there's something you're going to be fighting for, something you're going to be advocating for, something you're going to be pushing for. Fighting maybe sounds a little rough, but it's important that we, again, fight or advocate or push for the things that we want. But let's see what messages come through here. Hopefully a message or a few messages to carry into the month of February with you. First, we have the Strength card. The Strength card is a card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect. And then with the lion on the card, this is very much so a card of courage. So I think you are going to be kind of doing some self-preservation, making sure that you're loving yourself, but you're also being respected, but also the courage to kind of push for whatever this is that you want here, for Leo. The next card that we have is the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is very reliable, very hardworking. Again, this is you needing to push forward, fight for whatever you want, have the courage to push forward, and then this is you actually taking the action. This is you working hard towards what you want. And then at the bottom here, we have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups has a couple different meanings. I feel like you're maybe feeling like apathy or not feeling fulfilled right now. So we're fighting to get away from those feelings. But this is also like surprise gifts. So I do think you're going to get to whatever you want. You're going to get the gift that you want. You're going to get the outcome that you want here. Looking at clarifiers, first up we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very free card. This is a card of freedom. So this is going to be very freeing. We need to continue to fight for our freedom here. Fight for what we want. The next card that we have is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. So make sure that you're not holding yourself back here. Again, you have to put in the hard work. You have to be the one that has the courage and that kind of self-preservation to push forward. And at the bottom here, we have the 8 of Wands. This is speed, action, change. So again, we are getting to what we want. This is news arriving. This is that gift coming in. So that's getting to where we want to want. But it's going to take that push. You have to, again, fight for what you want here, Leo. So nice message there at the end. Now let's go ahead and move on. We're going to give the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 10 of Diamonds. This is the number 8 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the Jack of Spades. This is number 52 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the Jack of Diamonds. This is number 14 card. That's going to be a yes. So no, yes, yes for you there. We're also going to take a look at your healing stones, your crystal of the month from earlier this month. You have Moonstone, which is very feminine, but it's very good for devotion. It's intuitive, and it kind of helps keep the crazy at bay. And last but not least here, Leo, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, courage does not always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I also did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Leo, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your February.